We crushed the bookies yesterday by posting a perfect 4-0 record. And that's after posting a 3-1 record on Tuesday, which means we have won 7 of the past 8 MLB predictions. Alright, so today we have a slate of just 9 games in Major League Baseball for June 26th, and I would like to share 2 MLB picks with you. Alright, so let me show you yesterday's play. So we took the White Sox to pull off the upset against Arizona, and they did a great job. I think they won the game by a 7-3 score. We also took the under in the Washington-San Diego game, which was another easy winner because the game ended 1-0. We also took the Athletics with the plus 1.5 run line, and they won the game outright. And finally, the Cubs destroyed the Cardinals, so we had 4 very easy winners yesterday. So a person risking $100 per play earned a profit of $356 yesterday. Alright, so today my first selection is supported by a great betting system called the Snap Losing Streak number 2. Let me read the rules with you. Fade the home team that meets the following 3 criteria. They won their last game after losing at least 4 in a row. They're facing the same opponent again. And their money line today must be better than minus 200. So we are avoiding, so we don't need, So the home club's money line should not be something like minus 220. They should not be huge favorites. Based on historical data, this betting angle does not work if the home team is a huge favorite. So now let's focus for a minute on the Minnesota Twins. They are indeed at home today. As you can see, they won yesterday's match after losing at least 4 in a row. In fact, they dropped 5 consecutive contests prior to this victory. Now, they must be facing the same opponent as yesterday, so that's the case. They were facing Seattle, and they are again facing Seattle. And Minnesota's money line should not be weaker than minus 200. That's not the case. Their line is around minus 125 today. So by following those rules, my first pick for today is the Seattle Mariners to pull off the mild upset in Minnesota. The current odds are around plus 105 right now. One reason, well, first let me review the performance of this betting angle in recent years. When I first developed it, around 2019, I put my hands on a huge data set containing all information about all games from 2010 to 2016. And in this time period, this betting strategy yielded a plus 27.36 unit profit over close to 400 bets, more precisely 388 bets. So the corresponding return on investment was plus 7.1%. Now, what about more recent years? So in 2019, I started tracking the performance of my 19 MLB systems every single day. So from 2019 to 2023, we suffered a small loss of 1.95 units over 160 bets. Now, last season, we suffered a loss around minus 9 units, so things did not go well at all by following this betting angle. However, it is doing quite well this year in 2025, as shown by its 14-6 record, coupled with its plus 4.61 unit profit. So I do have a lot of trust in this betting system. I like the logic behind its rules. Now, taking the mound for Seattle is Emerson Hancock, which concerns me a little bit. He is having a pretty dreadful season, as evidenced by his ERA, which sits at 5.43, and he also owns a 1.43 whip stat. Again, remember that the league average is 1.30, so by owning a 1.43 figure, that shows that Hancock is worse than average. He is a below average pitcher, of course. Now, the good news is that Minnesota's starting hurler is not doing any better. He owns similarly bad numbers this year. The pitcher in question is Simeon Wood Richardson. His ERA in 2025 is 5.06, and his whip stat is slightly worse than Hancock's. It sits at 1.46 right now. However, in the end, the Mariners have been in better form lately. The pitchers are of equal strength. We have a reliable betting system supporting Seattle, and we are getting positive odds on the Mariners. So for all of these reasons, I've decided to side with the Mariners to win outright. This is my first selection for June 26. And by the way, this is rated 3 stars out of 5. So this means I feel like the return on investment is maybe around 3 to 4% on this play. All right, up next, my second pick concerns the Cubs versus Cardinals game. And in this match, I am taking the Chicago Cubs to win outright. The current line is around minus 135, which is the same as 1.74 if you are more familiar with decimal odds. Well, as you know, if you followed my picks from yesterday, I expected the Cubs to bounce back after 2 embarrassing losses to their division rivals. And that's exactly what they did in a convincing 8-0 demolition of the Cardinals yesterday. Now, that makes the Cubs a qualifying team under the blowout number 1 betting strategy, which goes as follows. Bet a team that won its previous game by a margin of at least 8 runs if they're facing the same rival again. So, given that they won 8-0 against those same Cardinals yesterday, Chicago qualifies under the blowout number 1 system. So that's my first argument supporting this play. Now, I do believe that they will ride the momentum, especially with the return of Shota Imanaga, who will be taking the mound. He has been sidelined since early May due to a strained left hamstring. He did make a rehab start in AAA, striking out 8 batters, walking 2, and he scattered 2 hits over 4 1/3 scoreless innings. He may have a restricted workload, but I think he should help his team getting off to a good start nonetheless. I think it's unlikely that he will pitch deep into this game, but the Cubs should get off to a good start. And meanwhile, I don't trust Andre Pallante against the second highest scoring offense in the big leagues. His whip stat has been at least 1.30 in each of his first 4 seasons in MLB, so he's not super inspiring. So that's my second selection. I'm going with the Cubs. You may want to go with the Cubs and the first half money line if you want to take advantage of the fact that Imanaga will be on the mound. Personally, I have a slight preference for the full game money line, but that's up to you, of course. Alright, so those are my 2 free picks for today. I will be posting a 5-star play later today. I have not found any so far as of 10:30 a.m., but I will continue digging deeper. Remember that those 5-star selections are all posted at mjpicks.com for our premium members. So you are invited to sign up there if you're interested. But like I said, I will share one free premium pick later today. All you need to do is look at the comments below. So I will post it as a pinned comment below later today. I cannot tell you the exact time because I don't know in advance when I'm going to find a great selection, but come back later to get this 5-star pick. Alright, so this is Professor MJ. I am not fully certain if I'll be able to post a video tomorrow because my son plays another baseball tournament this weekend and we are expecting some heavy rain, so they are talking about playing the games earlier than expected. They were supposed to play in the evening, but they are talking about putting it at 2 p.m. And since this is out of town, we need to drive a good hour and a half to get there. I'm not sure if I will have time to post a YouTube video, but I'll do my best as always. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to come back later for my premium pick below in the comments section. Cheers, my friend!